Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And now our final panelist, Cheryl.
Hey, what a great day to be a part of this conversation, to celebrate all of the winners and San Diego's and all the leaders who are here. So thanks, Barb, for curating the conversation of positive leadership.
Absolutely. And Cheryl, SONY is clearly the leader, winning so many awards for best places to work, right? Your company has been just recognized. So can you just share some of those best practices to help companies? Because everybody wants to win these awards. What would be your best advice for these companies on what they need to do?
Well, I might be a little long-winded. You know, Sony's been in business for 75 years. And so in the last 10 years, especially in San Diego, our very progressive HR team has just quite the collection of leadership awards, from great places to work to every acknowledgement that you can imagine about what we do for our employees. But in a nutshell, it's really three things, right? It is, number one, what you're working on. We're a tremendous innovator. We're a humble innovator. So while you may not see every day SONY in the headlines driving AI or our leadership in image sensors that enables incredible economies globally, or whether it's in our consumer electronics from 8K TVs to 4K to robotics, the net is people love it when they work on great technologies that change the world.
Self-driving cars, right? Self-driving cars.
Especially that Vision S we rolled out last year, taking a bit of the stage at CS. But our employees are committed to changing the world. And it sounds a bit hokey, but it's absolutely the truth. When you can look and see technology that you know you've influenced, whether it's on the engineering side, or whether it was the go-to-market product fit, or whether it was recruiting the right engineer to make sure that he or she, we hope you really came in there and hit a home run from a technology perspective, that's a tremendous amount of satisfaction, right? And that's core to our employment. The second thing is leadership. We're so fortunate to have leadership such as Mike Fasulo, who, you know, Barb, is very transparent, a heart of gold, and it's not because a review is coming up. This is the real deal. Mike is the guy. He's so authentic, and he's really assembled quite a team on our HR side, very progressive. Laura Ash, Lee Wills, these ladies really make SONY a destination to be. Lots of training, lots of opportunities to grow. And then the final thing that I'll say is the culture. The culture is one where SONY, you know, as I said, it's a 75-year-old company. We're, you know, a Fortune 100 company, but we have this entrepreneurial spirit and speed and pace you absolutely would not believe unless you worked here. There are so many projects going on at so many times. And so we're leading, we're innovating, and we're executing, and then we're doing it authentically and supporting each other in a culture that really allows for all voices to have a role and a play.
Right. Now, obviously, another theme that's very present in today's workplace is that, and I know that's a very passion topic for you. Can we just give examples of how to approach that? Because I think everybody understands diversity, but how does SONY embrace it? And what advice can we give companies on where to start? You know, because everybody, I believe, wants to do this, but again, it's a task that can be somewhat overwhelming. So how would you recommend companies to start this diversity goal?
Well, I think it's a mindset at the end of the day. And as you had mentioned in my intro, I came from Athena and led with my heart after many years at Qualcomm and other great technology firms that have global presence. I saw an opportunity to originate original research about why women weren't leading and why people of color weren't leading. And we had some amazing research that came out of that. And I was just fortunate enough to be able to join the SONY team and to partner with HR to tell these really great stories about how we empower and how we uplift and how we provide opportunity for women and people of color. And what it comes down to is your mindset, and your mindset is this isn't a program of charity. This isn't, oh, it's the right thing to do. This is a business imperative. And it is because companies that are more diverse are more profitable, and that is fact. And so we should have cognitive diversity. Cognitive diversity drives innovation, drives business, drives employment, drives better communities. And so it's a no-brainer right? Or maybe it is to me, but the net is then you have an infrastructure that supports that. So it's all good and kind and to say these things, but it's really about how do you activate that. And our HR team is great about measuring impact, putting in place protocols that make sure that we're really striving to meet these goals, setting goals and then meeting those goals. So every tool in the toolbox that one can get to be successful, SONY has set aside and made it a priority.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you, Cheryl. And to